What were you doing when you were 22? A Churchville Chili graduate wishes he was following his dreams. Instead, Ben DePasquale is so sick he can barely get out of bed. It's been more than 4 years, and he has few answers as to what's wrong. This week, his story was told on Capitol Hill. Jennifer Johnson tells us about Ben's struggle with chronic fatigue syndrome.
You can't judge it by the name. The name is so misleading. It's not just about being tired. Tired doesn't even come close to describe it. This is my reality, and it might be too much for some people to take.
Ben DePasquale's reality 5 years ago was pretty good. An 18-year-old with lots of friends who played sports and got good grades. He went to RIT for a semester before the full reality of chronic fatigue syndrome set in, keeping Ben from his life and his friends.
I would go out with them for about an hour, and I'd walk around the mall for maybe an hour. I'd come home and I'd crash, and I'd be in bed for the next couple days, just aching and exhausted.
And it got worse. About to celebrate his 23rd birthday, Ben is now almost completely bedridden. On a good day, he can take a few steps with a cane. At 6'2", he's down to 118 pounds. He needs others to wash his hair and cut his food. In 2010, he left the house just twice, both times in a wheelchair, to see doctors.
I'm amazed that he's kept his sanity with all the things we've been through.
Jim DePasquale retired to take care of his son. He worked for 29 years as a Rochester police officer, so he knows what hard work is. He knows what tired is. He knows CFS goes far beyond that.
It's way more than tired. It's a complete exhaustion. And when you talk to him and you listen to him, he sounds normal. He sounds fine.
And that is part of the problem. To many doctors, Ben looked and sounded fine. They said maybe he's depressed, maybe he should take more vitamins and get more exercise. Ben tried, but it made things worse. He is now sick and sick of the medical community seemingly not paying attention. He wanted to testify at this hearing Tuesday in Washington before a subcommittee of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. He was too sick to make the trip, so another CFS patient read his testimony.
My name is Benjamin DePasquale. I'm 22 years old. This past April marked my 4th year with this devastating illness. We desperately need doctors and clinicians to be educated. Please look to my experience to see how clinical ignorance can lead to disaster.
Ben doesn't know if he'll ever get better, or if he'll ever have a life like what his friends write about on Facebook.
I'd see them going on, moving on with their lives, a lot of them, going through school and having fun, and that was hard. That was hard to look at them, and not that I wasn't happy for them. It's just I wish I was doing that with them.
The Centers for Disease Control does have a CFS section on its website, but many patients Tuesday complained it was outdated and in some cases wrong. In fact, the committee may even push to have it taken down. So the question is, where do you turn? Ben was diagnosed by Dr. David Bell, a world-renowned chronic fatigue syndrome expert who happens to live in Lyndonville in Orleans County. Well, Dr. Bell is retired now, but does maintain a website, and you can link to it through the Find It button at 13wham.com. Jennifer Johnson, 13 Wham News.